basically doing what you might find me doing every day of the week. Out in my shop, just trying to stay warm. This week, I'm just happened to be tearing apart some of this stuff that I had sitting around for a long time. Sorry about the background noise, so you probably won't hear me talking a whole lot. But that's what I normally do when I'm not filming. Not talking a lot, obviously. I don't talk to myself. Uh-oh. I'll turn back over. Number one, and a nice piece of chunky brass. Basically, this is what I've been doing in my shop all morning with the heat running because it's cold out. I was listening to music because I wasn't filming. And normally if I'm not filming, I'll be listening to my little music box out here. Jamie says, JBL means Jamie Buzzle Love. I told her that's exactly right, Jamie Buzzle Love. Yeah, nice little piece of chunky brass and copper. With a silver contact. Clean. Oop, cast aluminum. Another little piece of brass. Cast aluminum. As soon as that came open, I could smell that it smells burnt, like burnt wires. Yeah, it smells burned. You know the smell of copper when it's burning. All right, nice. Look at there. I've been having a good day out here micro scrapping a bunch of stuff. I'm telling you. Look, every ball I made out here came from one of them motors, so I've been scrapping some motors today. Decided I had a few of these things. This is what I do with that brass. Oh. Take my 2 pieces of brass and I put it in my little brass bowl. That's the end of it. I'm not pulling them out of them little things. But for these, I think there's a transformer in there. I think there's a transformer in there. There is. Oh yeah. So I turned what might be considered shred into, could be a small copper bearing motor, or down the road I could take that apart and get the copper out of it. Or should I just do it? Got pretty much some shred here. Still metal on that. Plastic shred. This thing here, I could probably cut it right in half. Got the right tool for it. What do you think? Should I try it? That was very successful. One way to do it. piece of clean. This is what I've been doing today, hanging out in my shop, scrapping small things. I've had this bucket behind me for so long. I just keep adding to it, adding to it. Some little brass, oops. Brass goodness. There you go. Nice clean cast. I've got a clean pile going there. I got a dirty pile going on over there. Low grade wire. Stick it in your low grade wire bucket. It's 40 cents a pound, something like that. A couple small pieces of, if you want to get it while it's here, I guess. There's a little bit of brass right here. Just pop it up, cut it off, and just add it to your brass pile. This is actually a blinker switch to a golf cart. Probably not going to be many of you guys getting them, but if you do, there's a lot of little tiny small goodness in there, you know, non-magnetic stuff. A little bit of trash, plastic, brass, brass. All right, plastic. Let's get rid of the trash. Plastic. Everything else can be accounted for. Garbage. Shred. It's a piece of dirty cast aluminum. Dirty cast. There's a bucket for that. This is another bucket. One is going to be this dirty cast. Get the biggest part of it off. This is dirty cast aluminum. I'm not going to pay a lot, but it's better than throwing it away. I can't get them pieces out right there. They're welded in there somehow. Dirty cast. Shred. These are clean aluminum pieces, and this is magnetic, so that's some junk. A few wires that we'll clean up and throw in my little light duty wire bucket. Rest of this stuff into the junk. Move on to the next piece. Cast, shred, a little bit of wire. It goes in my low grade wire bucket, which I do have one right there. And shred. Microwave. Turntable motor. It's got a couple sections. One section's worth something, the other one's not necessarily worth anything, but they come apart fairly easy. Sometimes. I've had these things give me a real bear. Sometimes you can just get up underneath that like that, prise the back open, then you want to get the little spool out. Generally it comes out fairly easy. Sometimes inside, sometimes outside. There we go. There you go. And that's how you get that. I'm going to cut that wire that connects everything together right there. And then I'm going to cut the whole thing into a half. There we go, right in half. Take my copper number 2. Look at all that pretty stuff. Pretty stuff. Reminds me of a redheaded girl I went with one time. It looked like her hair. So like that, especially when she woke up in the morning. Yeah, okay. On to the next. Shred. Shred. Good cast, clean. Oh yeah, time to empty the shred bucket. I can see we're getting a little bit overwhelmed here. What a beautiful day. Trash. Oh, turntable motor. Pop it off there real quick. Get off of there. Oh, come on. There we go. The rest of this thing, a bunch of gears. For me, I'm just not going to mess with it. I don't feel like it. Just don't feel like it today. There's a few things on there I could take off quickly, probably. That really tells you I don't feel like it. Okay. We have the garbage part, which is the gears. And you got the motor part. Now, if my screwdriver will get in right there, that will take the back off. Generally. There you go. That'll rip the back off. Done. Then reach the screwdriver inside. Rip that thing right out like that. Same thing I did before. And somebody did ask me about these microwave motors, if they were worth scrapping. And yeah, that sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I mean, yeah, they're worth it. I think my answer to that question was yes, pretty much worth it. Look at that. More goodness to add to my pile. That's all from today. All right, shred. Trash plastic. What we got here? Oh yeah. Tell you what, today's been a great day, guys. I've just been out here piddling around in my shop, just doing exactly what you see me doing. It's been raining. Earlier I had to have the heat on a little bit more than I do now. Now not so much. It's really nice out. That's all nice clean brass right there. Nice clean. Oh, one. Might be copper or coated brass. I mean, coated copper. Oh yeah, that's copper. 3 pieces of number 1 copper. I'm gonna add that to my number 2 for right now, for today. This is all number 1 clean brass. All right, what's next? Well, let me see what is next. Oh, I guess it's on my bench. That's it. Let's do it. Should take but a minute to see what's inside of that thing. Come on. We are a little small transformer with some brass plug ends, and for me, yeah, oops, I don't pull them out of even my other plugs anymore. I literally cut them off, and that's all I do, guys. I cut them. What's that song? Take what you can get, something like that. Take what I can get. Move on to the next piece. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. What's next? All right, I'll tell you what's next. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna chop this thing right in half. Cutting transformers in half for easy scrap. Get in there. Get up there. Nice little pile for motors today. Beautiful stuff. Get metal out of my copper. Man, what a great day. It's probably about 2 o'clock now. Maybe even 2:30. But just been out here piddling around, taking the motors apart, working on this one bucket. Oh yeah, and this too, if you didn't see it. Got that out of a heat sink. Drove it out in the middle, nice piece of copper. 4.5 ounces. All right, let's see what is next. All right, I'm gonna dig through this box. I'll be back. Basically what I'm gonna do is grab inside of that tote, pull a handful of stuff out, figure out what it is and where it's gonna go. Kidding me?